Okay, so autism and task switching. Here are some tips that will make all this that little bit easier. Coming up. Hey guys, welcome back to the Aspie world. My name is Dan. I have autism, ADHD, OCD and dyslexia, and I make weekly videos all about this kind of stuff. So if you're new around here and you'd like to learn more about this specific subject, remember to hit the subscribe button by clicking that notification bell down below. And also, if you're watching on Facebook and Instagram, be sure to follow this page for daily videos from me. And also, I'm doing daily videos on TikTok, so make sure to check me out on TikTok too. Guys, what is going on? Welcome back. Woo! I wanted to do this video for a while. I wasn't sure what to call it, how to word it, all that kind of fun stuff in between. But now I know. Autism and tasks, doing tasks, switching tasks, all that kind of stuff. So let's dive right into this video. So basically, guys, switching between tasks and actually just doing tasks can be super difficult for people on the autism spectrum because, again, having verbal commands to say, do this task, carry out this task, here's a list, Dan, do all these things. Those are very much overwhelming sensory-wise, and they're hard to kind of put in order so you understand concisely what the person is asking and what you're supposed to do. But when you are on a task, there are a few things that will be completely out of your grasp, and that is switching between different tasks. Now, people on the autism spectrum like to focus and hyper-focus on something specific, but then moving from that to go to something else, like task switching, can be overwhelming, difficult, and hard to grasp, right? So I've listed out 3 hacks that I think are going to be able to help you with task switching and everything in between related to autism and tasks. So let's get started right now. You guys are awesome. Oh, and if I've forgotten anything and you think you have something to add to this video, pop it in a comment down below. I read and respond to every single comment. That'd be super awesome. Love you. All right, let's get into the video. Okay, so the first thing about setting a task or doing a task is using a timer. Now, timers are something really valuable that people don't really use. Now, setting a timer gives you a visual representation of the amount of time it's going to take to complete a task. Now, this is good for 2 things. One, it gives you a visual representation that you are on task and doing a task, so you stay focused on the thing at hand. And then the other is that you know how much time you have left before switching to the next task. Now, switching from one task to the other can be quite confusing. But if you are aware that this task is coming to an end and that one is completed now because the time is up, then you're more free and willing and easier to say, okay, well, this next task is the one that I'm now going to start, and set a new timer for that. And there you go. This is specifically helpful for younger people and children also on the autism spectrum because they need visual prompts and also timers to kind of keep in line with what they're trying to do. Because of this, timers are great. Egg timers are awesome if you want a more of a visual kind of thing where you see the sand going through the egg timer or the hourglass as they call it. Or you could use a digital timer, whatever you're used to, whatever your kid likes and whatever you want at the end of the day. But timers are super awesome, and this is valuable because visual thinking is everything. People on the autism spectrum are visual thinkers. Now, if they weren't visual thinkers, then this would be no good, but because they're visual thinkers and they're visually able to see something like a timer, it's going to give them awesome amounts of kudos and skill building doing that. Okay guys, number 2 is Brillia. Now Brillia is awesome and they have kindly sponsored this video, so thank you, big shout out to Brillia. Now Brillia is a homeopathic medication that you can get. You don't need a prescription for it. It's completely all natural. There's no nasties in it. You're not going to get any harmful side effects, but it definitely, this is the interesting part, this is the key, it reduces the feelings of anxiety and stress, restlessness, irritability and impulsivity. Okay, so the first one here is stress and anxiety. Now, when you are on task and you're doing something, having a different task pop in and say, oh, I've got to do something else now, it could be quite stressful, and this could cause anxiety, especially if you're using the first method and you're watching the clock coming down and you're thinking, oh goodness, you know, I've got to go to the next task in a minute. And people on the autism spectrum don't like switching things around too much because they like to stay on like a linear kind of routine, but switching between tasks can be quite difficult. Now, what I do to stay with things like this and keep calm is I take one of these Brillia pills. They're like these little kind of nice little tablets that dissolves under your tongue, and you take one of those 3 to 4 times a day, and it helps you stay calm. Now, if you're using Brillia, you're going to be way more calmer and way more easier to deal with anxiety and stress when it occurs from jumping from one thing to another thing and having this kind of like, oh, now that task is over, I've got to go to this task, rather than like freak out massively. You kind of go, Okay, it's a bit difficult, but I can manage it because I've got Brillia, and I feel more, at ease and less anxious, and I'm more calm. Now, Brillia also make Brillia for adults and children. They also have a host of different types of homeopathic medication as well for different types of allergies and stuff like that. Super amazing. This company, one of the nicest companies I've ever worked with. I use Brillia. Now, there is something you need to know. Using Brillia, you have to use it for 3 to 4 weeks before you see like the major effect of this thing. I took it for about 3 weeks and then I started to see the effect. You take 3 of them a day. Super awesome, very easy. The package is a small packet like this. You can pop it in your back pocket or in your wallet or in your bag, whatever you want. I use it a lot. I think it's really, really good. And I'm a strong believer in Brillia. I think it's helped me just to no end. Now, if you want to get your hands on some Brillia and get 15% off as a discount, you can use my code, which is ASPI15 in capital letters, using the website discoverbrillia.com and get 15% off right now. If you want to ship it to the UK, just drop them an email, info@discoverbrillia.com, for them to let you know how they can set that up, and you can use the discount as well. Super awesome. Amazing company. I highly recommend checking it out. Brillia is awesome. Okay, so moving on to number 3 is Visual Planner. Now, creating a visual planner with all the tasks that you want to perform during this day or this week will show you a visual representation of all the tasks that you want to do, so that you know that there's no shock or surprise when you move from this task to that task, because you can see visually that, oh yeah, this task is here, that task is there, this one's next, yada yada, moves on, moves on, moves on. That visual representation, that visual learning type of autistic people will pay dividends when you're trying your best to overcome switching between tasks and actually carrying out tasks, because when you can see something visually, when you give it this visual mass, it has more of a relatability to autistic people, and that relatability will give you calmness and ease when you're trying to switch between them. So if you wrap all of these tips together, so you got timers, you got Brillia for the anxiety, and then you got Visual Planner for actually knowing what tasks come next, you should have an easier way and an easier transition from moving and switching between tasks, because this is a difficulty for people with autism. Now, if you have anything to add to this, pop it in a comment down below. I read and respond to every single one. Give this video a thumbs up if you think it can help somebody, and share it on social media also. I will see you guys in the next video. Peace.